Πλησιάζει την περιοχή και
κατέβασε και εσύ το Bet On Alfa app και μη χάσεις ούτε ένα γκολ. Bet On Alfa. Ανεβήκαμε κατηγορία.
And welcome to another impromptu edition of this. No, it's not. This is Muppet. No Choftes. Getting the podcast wrong. Been doing too many podcasts these days. Yes, No Choftes, powered by Bet On Alfa. And as the tagline at the bottom states, what goes on social media stays on social media. Now, this is a lesson I want everyone to understand and everyone to get in their heads. Yeah. I've been in this industry for 12 years, right? And I've seen it all from abuse to death threats to compliments, whole heap of shit, yeah? And the one thing I will tell everyone watching, whatever you put on social media is going to stay on social media. You could put out a Twitter post, a Facebook post, an Instagram photo, and believe it or not, there are some people out there who will screenshot or screen record things that you do or say, and they'll use it against you for whatever reason that they want. And what I'm going to do on this episode is give you a perfect example of what I mean. Whatever you put out on the socials, stay on the socials. Yeah. Now, I've done things and said things in the past which I'm not entirely proud of. I was very, very young, very naive, very stupid. And I've had discussions with the people I have offended, and that's been sorted. I've been entangled with legal stuff in the past with people I won't mention, but I've been vindicated. So again, there you go. But what I want to discuss right now, boys and girls, is a tweet. Yeah, it's a tweet that was put out by Omonoia quite recently, a couple of days ago, actually. And it was a response to a guy called George Fandaros, or Fandaros. I don't even know how to pronounce his fucking surname. It could be Fandas for all I fucking give a shit, yeah? But this guy's put out a tweet about the goal that was disallowed, the offside goal disallowed against us, against Abuel, obviously. And Omonoia replied to it. Now, obviously, Mr. George was a little bit unhappy with the decision. He felt that it wasn't an offside. He felt that it was determined by a hair's length, or whatever you want to call it. And he called for UEFA to wake up. Now, when I first saw this tweet from Omonoia, I thought, guys, why are you responding to this person? Because I didn't know who he was at the beginning. I didn't have a fucking clue who he was. I'm thinking, why are Omonoia responding to a Facebook post? It wasn't a Twitter post. It was a Facebook post. And they put it on their Twitter account. Now, I don't know if they put it on their Facebook account as well. I don't know, because I haven't really delved into this. And for me, when I first saw it, I thought, this is a bit small time, man. Like, why are you responding to some guy's like post? But then delving into it a little bit more, turns out this guy is got a pretty high position, hasn't he? He's got a pretty high position because again, I did not know this until doing a bit of research. And this is an article that I found online. Where is it? Let me just find this. Go to tab, boys and girls. Let me find it. 1 second. Here we go. From the Times of Malta, the disappointing night that Cyprus endured at the National Stadium did not go down well with one of Cyprus FA's officials. So, Ofandas Menos is a member. He's the assistant general secretary of the Cypriot FA and a representative of Nea Salamina. And you know what? He took to Facebook to express his thoughts. Funny that. Seems to like doing that, doesn't he? Going to Facebook and expressing his thoughts on the matter. Bit weird. I mean, you're sitting there thinking, right, you know, you've got a decent position. You're in a position of privilege, a position of power. Why would you do that? Why would you post something so public online? let's get it right. He's probably got loads of people that know him. As far as I'm aware, there are some members of staff at Omonoia who follow him or are friends with him on Facebook. So clearly this guy knows a lot of people. So why would you go so public as to discussing referees and certain decisions? All right, you're going to be upset about certain decisions. I can understand the situation from the Cypriot national team. He's assistant general secretary. He wants the national team to thrive. Upset with refereeing decisions. I get it. But what would you take to Facebook? I mean, you've got Twitter and Facebook, and they're the two most, and TikTok. They're the three most toxic platforms out there for social media. If you suffer from mental health problems, do not go on those websites because they are cesspits. Disgusting. So why would this guy go on Facebook and voice his concerns and his reasons for various things? I mean, if you cast your mind back a few weeks, he put this message out on Facebook, and I have put it the Facebook translation there for the benefit of our non-Cypriot or Greek-speaking or reading viewers. This guy actually thanked Omonoia for, I guess it's a placard or a present for Nea Salamina's 75th birthday. So doesn't seem to me that it's a guy that's got something against Omonoia. Seems like he's got a problem with everyone, really. You know, he does this quite frequently. He actually takes to social media quite frequently to discuss things. I mean, listen, like I said, what goes on social media stays on social media. And when you got your Facebook page open to everyone, you are enabling people the opportunity to see everything that you post. I mean, he's posted stuff about Salamina, about the women's volleyball team. Various other things, politics. He talks about Ukraine, Russia. He talks about whatever's happening in Cyprus. And I'm seeing other tweets, other Facebook posts, like this one about Buffon. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this guy's problem? Is he just pissed off with the world? He's just pissed off with everyone. I don't understand. Like, and he goes deeper. Like, he complains about referees. He complains about so much fucking shit. I'll bring them up one by one. How about this one? Here we go. He's complaining about Salamina's game, scrambling about VAR, about a goal not being disallowed. You know, talking about the Mr. VAR specialist. I mean, he's shitting on his own referees and the whole VAR system. So I don't understand what the fuck this guy's problem is. Like, again, he's really he's clearly a troubled guy, and he's got a lot of issues, and he's upset with the system. He's upset with the system. It's not fair. It's not fair. Look at this. He put up a Facebook post about FIFA, laughing about them. He's laughing at FIFA, about the World Cup and Messi and all that kind of shit. Hang about, brother. Yeah? You're sitting there saying, UEFA wake up, but you're shitting on fucking FIFA. It don't make no sense. It really and truly doesn't make no sense. But the guy goes deep, bruv. He goes deep. Here we go. Talks about the history of referees, and this guy was a referee during the Salamina Hermes game, and this and that. What's going on? Like, what is going on? What is this guy's beef? Like, is he just pissed off with life? This is what I need to know. Now, again, for the benefit of you watching and listening, I mean, there's a comment here from Sofal Glig. Why pay attention to that guy? Yeah, Joe, you're right. Why am I paying attention to him? Because this is a lesson I want people to understand. Whatever you put on social media stays on social media. Yeah, you might have an opinion, or you might have had an opinion 10 years ago, and now you feel different about it because you've evolved and you've grown up as a person. But these Facebook posts from this guy are recent. We're talking like November, December time. Yeah. So it's not as if like this is a guy that, I said this many years ago and I feel a bit of remorse for saying those things. And I shouldn't have said those things. I'm gonna behave in a certain manner. You are a representative of the Cypriot Football Association. Yeah. Understand this. The Cypriot FA, you represent them. You're the assistant January secretary, and you're going online and you're vilifying referees, you're vilifying so many different people. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, does this guy not understand the word professionalism? Keep things to yourself, right? Which is why when I saw Omonoia's tweet, I was like, why are they responding to it? Why are they falling for it? I just thought he was a normal guy like you and I. I thought he was just a normal person that just put out a post on Facebook and someone got pissed off at the club about it and they had to respond to that. I've never seen that happen. And then obviously going into it a bit deeper, my guy works for the CFA. But you look at all of this shit that he puts out. You just look at it, hang about. There's one here about Messi. Obviously he's talking about Messi and the refereeing at the World Cup. There's so many other things that this guy talks about. I'll bring them up because, like I said, whatever you put on social media stays on social media. Yeah, and this guy clearly has got some kind of aggression issue with referees. He has a go at FIFA. He has a go at the World Cup being held in Qatar. Let me bring it up. Hang on, this is the one that tickled me. I mean, it actually made me laugh when I saw it, boys and girls. This one. He's pissed off about the World Cup being held in Qatar, and it shouldn't have been held in in Qatar because of the thousands of people, the human rights, all that kind of shit is fraudulent, and it's the World Cup is being celebrated in the Arabic nation, and it was bought for fuck's sake. Like, what is this? Like, what is this declaration of like moral high ground, bro? It don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense. Honestly, none of this makes sense. And there's another comment. Let me bring this one up, man. Let's bring this one up because this one busts me up. Where is it? Hang about. Is this the one? Hold on. Is this the one? Yeah, no, this ain't the one. But again, he's talking about Henning Berg here. Yeah, he's talking about Henning Berg and Russian money being thrown at the club, and they're not going to tolerate any more excuses or whatever, yada yada yada. Okay, whatever, I get it. But you're having a pop at other clubs' head coaches now. Like, you're supposed to be impartial. This is the one that tickled me, man. Yeah, he wished Ayel the best of luck. Congratulations for passing in the next round, but congratulations also to the two referees for their officiating and their decisive decisions. Like, this is a guy who is part of the Cypriot Football Association, yeah? And he's undermining all of his referees and all that kind of shit. But here's the kicker, yeah? And there's a comment here about him being Manidara's puppet. This is what I was getting to, right? This is what I'm getting to. Obviously, a lot of presidents have been very vocal lately about Mazic, the head of the referees union, about how he should stand down or he hasn't done enough for the Cypriot referees and a lot of them aren't good enough or whatever. Is this some kind of tactical ploy so that the majority of the presidents crying about referees are going to get their own way? They feel that if they throw their toys out the pram enough, then Mazic will just turn around and say, you know what, guys? I tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the referees and bring in all foreign referees. And once I've done that, I'll stand down. And you guys can choose whoever you want to come in. Because this is what they want, isn't it? Tornaidi, Manidara, this fucking guy, or Fandas Menos. They all want, yeah, things their way. And when they don't get their own way, they start crying on social media, putting out long-ass fucking Facebook posts. No surrender! Well, bro, never surrender. Sorry, that's the one. Never surrender. I'm sorry. That's the one. Never surrender. You're surrendering to your morals, mate. Well, if you have any, anyway. You're surrendering to a lack of ethics. I think it's disgusting. I said it the other day on the pod. We shouldn't really be talking about refereeing decisions because a lot of shit's happened over the years and the past is the past. So I think right now, boys and girls, I mean, there's only 30 people watching live, and I appreciate you tuning in live. If you'd like, I suggest just sending an email to GOP. Just send an email to GOP in the subject. Say Fandaro's out, and just put that in the body of the email as well. That's it. Just send it to them. Email them. That's it. Don't even send abuse. Just say that. Fandaro's out. That's it. Gone. That's it. And I think, even okay, you guys will probably get blocked by GOP because that's what they do. They're pussies. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not the type of people that will deal with things head on. Yeah, they won't respond to an email. They won't respond to phone calls. There's only one poor guy in the office dealing with phone calls, and he probably don't do nothing. He probably sits there eating sopa all day. Maybe some hobbites, or I don't know. Maybe he might go to Bladres, get some lohmades, and come back in the space of like half an hour, and no phone has rang. There's no emails. There's nothing. I think we should bombard them. Personally, I think we bombard them with emails asking them why. Yadi, what's going on? Why does this guy still have a high power in the CFA and be able to make comments such as those? I mean, forget the FIFA ones and forget the UEFA ones or whatever. Yeah, push them to the side because obviously that's a bigger scale. But why is he commenting about Cypriot clubs? Why is he commenting about other Cypriot coaches? Why is he making comments about referees? Like, let's get it right. Yeah. You've got the CFA and you've got the referees union. They work hand in hand. Yeah. They're supposed to anyway. So if the referees are failing, it doesn't just fall on the referees union, it falls on the CFA because they're the ones that are supposed to be funding the referees union, helping them, assisting them at grassroots level from grassroots to pro level. So really, really and truly, the CFA are just angry with themselves, aren't they? It's what they are. But then again, they've got their buddies at various football clubs that they need to appease, don't they? You know, it's funny how certain things work. You know, one president is upset with referees and he's very, very vocal about it. Another president is very vocal about referees. They've been in cahoots for a while, sending players to each other's clubs, sending convicted rapists from one club to the other. That's normal, isn't it? This is Cyprus, isn't it? So listen, here we go. There's Biputino Moni and Fandaros. He's a representative of Salamina. Blocked out demand from. Okay, right. So yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy, wasn't he? Right. This is the guy. This is the guy. Okay, it all makes sense. It all makes sense now. This is the brother that decided, no, we're not going to play our game the same time as Omonoia. Okay. This all makes sense. I didn't know it was him there. I didn't know it was him. I'm thinking, I didn't know it was him. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that out. Clearing that up, should I say. So this is what I think we should do. I mean, if you guys have got nothing else to do, I mean, clearly you've got nothing else to do. It's 20-3 in Cyprus, and you've watched 15 or 17 minutes of this podcast. Just get your email out. Email got Fandaros out. That's it. That's the subject, and that's the body. That's it. Don't send no abuse. Don't send nothing. That's it. Bombard them. Let the poor bloke sitting and doing admin see all of these emails. Can you imagine? I mean, there's 24 people watching live. If we've got 24 or 20 people sending emails, can you imagine? Why is he commenting about his subordinates? They're supposed to work together. Well, there you go. There you go. Referees are not failing. I was first. There you go. There you go. So yeah, look, at the end of the day, right? Yeah, you're right for Savic. It is about this guy. But this is what I don't understand. Bring him onto the show. What's he going to listen? As far as I'm aware, according to his Facebook, right? According to his Facebook, he studied in Germany, so he speaks Greek and German. I'm assuming, unless he speaks English. So if he wants to come on the pod, he's more than welcome to. I've got no problem talking to him and asking him, "What the fuck's your problem, bro? What's your problem?" I've got no problem quizzing him because this is what real journalism is, isn't it? This is what I was saying the other day. Asking the right questions. I want to ask him: have you taken any bribes? Have you taken any statements? Any envelopes? Show us your bank statements or any business figures that you have given to the government. Show us. Show us why you are held in such high regard at the CFA. Show us. Tell us why. Because I know it's election time, isn't it? Aren't the elections for the CFA coming up soon? And I know some people are probably shitting their pants, worried about their job roles. So maybe this guy is just like on a suicide bomber mission. He's probably thinking, I ain't going to fucking be here. Like when the new guy comes in. So I'll just fucking self-destruct. Doesn't matter. As I said, whatever you put on social media stays on social media. And I think while we have been very, very vocal about the club, and I have been saying things and threatening, telling you guys to boycott products and not buy anything. I've kept my mouth shut and I haven't done it, and I'm not going to do it. I think it's about time we use our strength in numbers and send an email to GOP. Just I'm going to do it afterwards. At the moment I end this broadcast, I'm going to email GOP exactly what I said I was going to do. And you know, to be honest, they'll probably ignore it. We'll probably go in the Who of them showed this info from to show also? Yeah, okay. But this is what I'm talking about. You ask the questions there, Pedro. You ask the questions. This is what journalists do. They ask the questions and they do their research. I mean, I went on the guy's fucking Facebook page and I found a whole bag of fucking comments shitting on referees, shitting on coaches. That is unprofessional, man, what this guy's doing. It's clearly unprofessional. And to be honest, if they want to talk about integrity, if the Cypriot FA are so hot on integrity, being a representative of the CFA means you have to act with integrity, even though I'm using that term loosely for that association because we know how corrupt it's been over the years and how stupid some of the decisions that they've made have been. But what about the integrity? Whatever's left of the integrity of this organization? This guy does what he wants, or should I say, says what he wants, whenever he wants, feels that there are no consequences whatsoever, because clearly there are no consequences. He does whatever he wants. So maybe it's about time that we, as football fans, not just Omonoia fans of Buffon, fans of AL, who he's been unhappy about the refereeing in the Salamina AL game, clearly he believes that something's going on. Why don't we all get together, right, and send an email to GOP and say, what's going on? Tell us, what's the deal? Why is this guy still employed? Why is this guy still held in such high regard by the CFA? For him to be able to come out and completely denigrate every referee or every refereeing decision that he doesn't agree with. How is that professional? How is that allowed? How is that upholding the integrity of the CFA? As I said, whatever's left with it. I'm just saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know, isn't it? Yeah? Nepotism is rife. As I said, nepotism island. That's what it is. So, this is what I'm saying. The only integrity they care about is the integrity of their pockets and their personal interests. Well, Pedro, the reason why they've been able to get away with such things, because hardly anyone talks about it. It's an unwritten rule, isn't it? It's a taboo subject, right? No one talks about it. No one in the press talks about it. No one challenges them. They've got an easy ride, don't they? Because if someone in the press dares say anything bad about this guy that works for Salamina, then immediately they get their access revoked. They get their press privileges revoked. It's fascism. It's not a democracy. It's fascism, right? Indirectly. So I'm just saying, maybe more people need to speak up about it. And maybe it might take someone such as myself to say something about it. And for people to wake up. And I'm saying to you guys, you all have a lot more power than you think you do. I'll give you an example. We had the London riots. What was it, 2012? Before the Olympics. We had the London riots. There were youngsters running the streets, smashing doors, robbing places, setting fire to cars, all that kind of shit. Kids, hundreds of thousands of them getting on the streets, yeah? Just ripping shit apart. No, I'm not suggesting everyone goes wild and starts setting fire to GOP's offices. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if a high volume of people feel so strongly about something, we can do something a professional way. We don't have to bombard them with fucking abuse. Just send them emails. Correspondence. Obviously, there might be one guy just hitting the delete button the whole time, or like in Homer Simpson's got that little duck thing, the chicken, where it's just like, anyway, you know what I'm talking about when you see the Simpsons. But I'm just saying, pelt them with emails, with tweets, with Instagram posts. Get him out. Get him out. And there are other people at the CFA that are probably going to say a few things as well in the near future. And the more these guys come out, they're going to go. They're going to go. It's not a taboo. You're worried wrong about that. From time to time, questions were asked, pressure was put on, but never given. All right, okay. So the questions were asked, but the answers were never given. So what kind of questions were asked? How much probing was being done? Because I've seen press conferences in Cyprus when it comes to football, right? And what they do, they ask a question and they'll get an answer, and they very rarely challenge these people. Some journalists have the balls to challenge them, but no one. It's just like, okay, I got my answer. I got my 3 sentences I could put up on my website and get the clicks. There's no real journalism. So this fella, he needs to be put on blast, as they say. Plus, a reporter will be afraid to lose their job. They work for someone that actually supports a specific team, either from their agenda or their press. Well, listen, as far as I'm concerned, as I said the other day, Pedro, there's no such thing as objective journalism. Well, there is, but it's very rare. You won't find an objective journalist that is 100% on the fence. If you do, they're very rare, very few and far between. Everyone's got an agenda. As I said, we got an agenda as well. But at this moment in time, I'm sick and tired of seeing people being able to easily come out and say whatever the fuck they want and then not caring about the consequences, given the fact that they work for the fucking CFA. People need to be held accountable for their actions. And this is the other thing, accountability. People aren't holding their hands up and saying, I fucked up, my bad. They ain't doing it. It's entitlement. And this is the problem that we have in society. Not just in the UK, in Cyprus, clearly, this sense of entitlement. But the problem is with Cyprus is that you guys, or majority of people, just turn a blind eye to it. And that's how it is. No, that's not how it should be. I'm sorry. It's unacceptable. Yeah? People are being held back from getting great jobs and great opportunities because of the embarrassing. No. Why should nepotism be rife? Why should nepotism and people's agendas and their political leaning determine where they go in society? It don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. So I think it's about time that we fucking did something about it. Granted, we don't have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, but I'll tell you what, if you tell one person to tell the other and it spreads like fucking wildfire, it's just one fucking email. Send them an email. That's it. That's what I'm telling you guys to do. I'm going to do it. Fuck it. I'm getting pissed off with this shit, man. Honestly. It never used to really bother me. But then when I see people getting away with shit like this, it does my head in. It makes me sick. You're like spitting on people. Honestly. Fucking hell. Anyway, I've done 27 minutes of rambling. Does anyone else want to talk about something else? Anyone? Anywhere? Oh, by the way, I just want to say this before I wrap it up. Someone told me that Yannick Ferreira has been receiving a lot of abuse on Instagram by Omonoia fans because he didn't play Pana. And apparently people are calling him a shit coach and this and that. Now, for me, I think that's totally unacceptable. I think that's shameful. I think it's embarrassing to us as supporters. I don't see why you need to do that. The guy's gone. He's no longer at the club. And even if he was still at the club, I still find that disrespectful and bang out of order. So why are people still doing it now? Because Pana's had 2 or 3 decent games. What happens next? God forbid the guy puts in a 2 out of 10 performance in his next game and his confidence drops. This is what I keep saying about stop putting unnecessary pressure on players, especially the younger players, right? He's having he's in a purple patch at the moment. He's having a good last stage of the season. But don't fucking have a go at Ferreira, because let's get it right. Think about this in another way. Perhaps him not playing Pana has actually spared him from getting injured, kept his sharpness and his match and his fitness up. How about that? Maybe he was looking after Pana. Maybe he knew that Pana played a lot of games last season. How about that? Maybe he knew that Pana played a lot of big games this season. He played against Man United, didn't he? A couple of times. So maybe, just maybe, Ferreira was actually keeping Pana out of the team for his own well-being. Maybe Ferreira's thinking the lad is 20, 21 years old, have a young years, and we've got older players that are more experienced that maybe the lad needs to learn to fight for his place in the team and get his opportunity and seize it. So why message Ferreira and say, you're a shit head coach because you didn't play Pana? It don't make no sense. As I said, Yannick has actually done Pana a favour. Think about it like that. That's the other side of the coin. And shame on you, anyone who fucking messaged Yannick, you're a shit coach because you didn't play Pana. Do you know how dumb that sounds? Do you know how stupid that sounds? How many head coaches have we had over the years that haven't played players that you like? He's my best player. He's a local boy. Why are other players playing ahead of him? How many times has that happened? How many times? So what? Ferrer isn't the only player, any coach. Sorry, isn't the only coach that hasn't picked your favorite player. As I said, he's actually done Pana a favor. So all this form that Pana's in right now, being 100% fit, being without any injuries, playing 90 minutes, playing full games, you can thank Yannick for that, yeah? Remember that. Fucking hell, man. Honestly, the brain power or the lack of intelligence or lack of common sense from some people is astounding. Honestly. It's absolutely astounding. Fuck me sideways. Anyway, listen, I'm done. I've done half an hour. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Like I said, send that fucking email, man. Let's put some pressure on GOP, yeah? Pressure that they've never had before. Let's see how they fucking react to that. Anyway, listen, don't forget to like, subscribe. We've only got, how many likes? 16 likes. Is that it? You're only giving me 16 likes. That is a disrespect, man. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll leave you guys be. We'll be back probably Wednesday with a This Is Mappa podcast. We're going to do the review of the Apollon game at the weekend. And maybe there might be some more news, right, between now and Saturday. Hopefully not for Omonoia anyway, because poor Andrea Dimitriou, he's like been working his fingers to the bone lately, fucking doing press releases and all sorts of fucking shit. The guy needs a holiday. Fucking hell, man. Ade, ba me shillakamu.